So I think, you know, on this show, we are all about the flavor, especially when it comes to the food that we are making. We do take a lot of pride in eating every ounce of food that we produce because we love it. And if you've got something that can add even more flavor to food, then you have certainly got my attention. And if it's healthy too, then you have my full attention. So looking at what we're making today, it is a mouth-watering, spicy chorizo stuffing. I love stuffing, oh my word. And this is the perfect indulgence to make that, take your festive flavors one step higher. Oh my word, Chef Chumi, this is my vibe. You don't understand. I love stuffing. So my mom makes extra bowls of stuffing for me at Christmas.
Just for you to eat.
Because I love it. I love introducing a little bit of meat because of the fats. And chorizo has a lot of fat.
You got it right. That's exactly what it's supposed to be. Stuffing, because most times stuffing is used in like inside of big cuts of meat.
Yeah.
The reason you want to add that additional, meatiness in there and the fats in there, it helps to keep it moist from the inside out.
I love
and
that.
the other reason why I love stuffing is the fact that you can use a lot of leftovers in the house. So whatever you've made, you've got some extras, you've got some extra cuts of meat that are in the fridge that you've not been able to use over the festive. Take them, cut them up, put them, add them
to your stuffing, and I love that. Yeah, it's just going to elevate the meal, and it is. It's a beautiful surprise, but it does aid in the cooking and the flavor development of the piece of meat that you're cooking.
Correct.
So what are we doing this specifically for today?
Right.
It looks like is that lamb?
Yeah, so it's a leg of lamb. You can definitely use that in lamb. You can also use it inside of your chicken. So if you've got a nice whole chicken, chop this baby up, put it inside there. And 100%. So I'm going to start it off by frying up. And I know most people would think you fry the onion first. I want to fry the sausage first because you want it to render some of its fat already.
And that's chorizo is beautiful because it does have a high fat content. That's where it gets so much of that beautiful flavor from. Yeah.
So as it cooks and renders off, it releases all of its beautiful aromatics that it already has in it. And then what then happens is the rest of the dish will then be flavored by, you know, our chorizo flavors in there.
Oh, I love
spices,
that.
The paprika that's in it, the chili that's in it. So we're going to let that fry away. But
is it actually fine? Yes, it's on. Okay. What do you need from me?
I need you to chop up some herbs for us. We've got some oregano, we've got some sage, and we've also got some thyme. You can just chop up those babies up.
And these for me, I mean, maybe not the oregano as much, but sage and thyme are like...
Yeah.
Sage for me is stuffing. Like that is probably the most important flavor profile. And thyme and chicken really go well. Correct. Lamb as well, really good flavor profile.
Is it really stuffing without the sage though?
No.
You are correct there. So I've also added a bit of paprika into our bread because the other reason why we add bread is because we need the structure. When you put stuffing inside of anything, you want it to be able to hold its shape but also to impart flavor. You don't want it to all wither away and disintegrate.
Sure.
So that's why we add the bread there because it adds that additional flavor component where it holds everything together. Now I've just coated our bread here that we've cut into cubes with some spices as well as some roasted veggies that we had in there and then a bit of melted butter and then all of this together with what we've got in here, which is our chorizo and now some of, I don't know, before we go too far, I want to show you if you can see that the oil is now turning a bit orange, amber.
Oh, it's really absorbing those flavors.
But it's also releasing those flavors we were talking about that chorizo has.
And then that's going to coat everything else.
The longer you cook it, the more it releases. But then, because we're working on a budget here in terms of time, I'm going to add the rest of our ingredients, which is our onions. We've also got our garlic and some chilies. And fry these babies up, put them all together.
And it's got like a slightly Spanish profile developing here. I think chorizo kind of lends itself to that. Obviously, like you say, with the smoky paprika flavors. But that's beautiful. It's fatty. Okay, I've got your herbs for you here.
Would you say this measures up to your mom's stuffing?
She's never done anything like this.
Okay.
I certainly am going to try this.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if I can introduce a new kind of stuffing on our family roster because this is a big thing.
It is.
It really is. And I'm at that phase now where I'm trying to take over, not the full cooking duties, but bits.
Okay.
Because my mom is amazing at a roast.
Well, you've been doing quite well whenever I'm on.
Little bit. Now I'm like, Mom, yeah, I'll put some stuffing. It's going to be amazing. Full of flavor. I love the fact that this is quite versatile and you don't really think about your stuffing in other large cuts of meat, just chicken. But I love that this is going to add flavor from the inside out. Perfect. Chef Chumi, absolutely beautiful. Here are your herbs, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
That is for you. And of course, you guys can find this culinary inspiration on our website, expressoshow.com. Go and try it out. Oh, it looks beautiful.